What's happening, everybody? How y'all? Oh.
Then you win and start talking cash about the super team.
All right, what's happening, everybody? How y'all feel, man? You tuned in to another great episode of the Male Translations Podcast. We're breaking down the difference of what men say and women hear, giving men a voice, giving women insight on relationships, the men's voice when it comes to relationships. I'm your host, Mr. Male Translations, Clarence Brown, certified life coach, relationship coach, and I'm in here with my guy, PD, Pastor Doja's in the building. Pastor Doja, let me know how you feel tonight, bro.
I'm good, man. Good, man. Pumping on another Tuesday.
Yes,
chopping
indeed.
up, talking about this love, black love.
Yes, indeed.
All that good stuff.
For sure. So we're gonna hit y'all with a quick banger real quick. And tonight I want to talk about something, right? You know, the topic is, should you change for a relationship? And I wanted to talk about that, especially tonight, because for something I seen the other day, man. You know, I'm always perusing through social media, finding different things to speak on. People always posting different content and whatnot. And so I saw something the other day that kind of had my wheels turning, and it basically showed a difference in how people view change when it comes to a man changing for a relationship or not changing.
But just I thought y'all wasn't coming for a minute. Go ahead.
You know, and with Jeff, I see
people
out there,
relationship
man.
changing. I get it.
And basically how when a woman decides, hey, I'm not going to change for a man, how people view it. So I'm going to just get right into it, because I know we came on a little bit late, Jeff, but I appreciate you locking in with us every night. Boy, we know we can count on you. So this post I saw on Instagram, it's a page I follow, Relationship Boosters, right? So posted something, there was a Twitter post from a young lady. Basically, the post says, a man refuses to change for a woman, and he's considered a a-hole. He's considered weak. He's considered abusive and not a man. Now, on the flip side to that, right, he's an a-hole, he's weak, he's abusive, he ain't a man.
He nothing, he a buster, scrub.
But if it's a woman that say, hey, listen, I'm not changing for a man, she's considered strong.
Strong woman. Keeping your values. Don't settle.
Self-respecting, self-loving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, you know me, and anybody y'all watch the show long enough, you know I hate double standards. Right? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, now, true indeed, when I seen the post, I saw some truth to it, because when it comes, not being that I felt the same way, but truth to it being that a man is viewed as a certain type of way, he's toxic and all of this, if he decide not to change. But on the flip side, a woman that decide not to change, she view, I'm strong, listen, I'm self-reliant, I'm self-loving, self-care, you know, you name it. So I'm like, look, we gotta bring this across the table, bro. I need to hear what the Bible say.
Yeah,
I need some clarity, right? So
yeah.
you know, like I said, we're gonna make this short and quick tonight, but at the same time, we're gonna give y'all some perspective, because to me, I need to hear some. I got my own perspective. I need to hear how you feel, Pastor Doja. Right. So, do you think, like, when you hear a post like that or something like that number one, is it true to you as far as how people view both sides? And number two, is it
it's always a double. I mean, come on, it's a double standard when it comes to men and women, especially how they value it. You've never heard of a man saying a woman giving man a credit, like, man, don't settle, you know, don't do that. You know, I mean, men we can't talk like that. So it's definitely a double standard. I definitely agree. I totally don't think it's okay. I don't think it's right. I don't think that. I told you I saw this post. I'll never forget it. I'm never gonna forget this. I saw it recently. It says, so a man got to be financially stable for a woman that's broke.
Fact.
Right? And it's just the truth. So to try to deny the fact that, hey, a woman now will be looked at like, hey, I can change. A man has to change for me because, you know, I'm the queen, and I don't have to change for him because I'm a woman. That's nuts to me.
And my beef though is this, that for the most part, I think nowadays when I see women that are single, a lot of times they carry it like, hey, listen, I'll be single until the day I die, and I'm cool with that, number one. Number two is that when it comes to making adjustments or changes or a lot of women think like they're going to be the one to propose to the man.
Right.
Now, 90% of proposals happen from the man.
Always.
So in my mind, I'm saying, why is it so many women like, hey, listen, I'm not changing, whatever, this and that.
He going to have to just accept me for who I am.
But at the end of the day, he's going to have to decide what he's seeing you to be a wife or a life partner, or however you want to call it, as opposed to you saying, okay, well, once he fit my criteria, then I'm gonna propose to him. Once I see he's worth my time, my back, you know what I mean? Energy.
Yeah. Hey.
So I'm like I said, that when it comes to the topic of should you change for a relationship,
I'm finna get on the real limb. I'm finna step out on a real relational limb. I think ladies are, especially post-pandemic, you are so much more forced to change. The internet's making you forced to change. Now a man ain't even considering you without looking at your page. You're forced now to put pictures out. You're forced to do stuff now that you didn't have. You used to be able to just say, he gonna cross my path. That used to be real cute. And I used to be anti-social media and social media relationships. I used to be all that. But I'm looking up now saying, ladies, I don't know what you're gonna do. You better put a little picture together, think you cute, and because what is he gonna do? Now I got a son, I got a generation of young guys, 26, 27, 30 years old, who's saying, hey, what's your Instagram? They ain't asking you your phone number. Mm-hmm. They say, I know how you look now, let me see how you might look. Okay, your picture's cute. Like this, you're forced to change.
Facts, and it's crazy.
And guys ain't letting it ride no more.
Right. I put this in it's like an activity I had in my online course. Y'all check that out. It's on relationshiphealing.co. I put it in the online course a part where it's like, hey, it's like going fishing or checking traffic or something. I can't remember how I titled it, but the whole point was, hey, post something, see what kind of, see what kind of response you get from that. And I had some older ladies that did the online course. They like, well, why should we do this part? Like, why is this relevant? I'm like, for the same reason you said.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's like, listen, a dude check you out. He don't want to see the pictures of your son and your nephew and your two nieces that you had took to the beach that one time, and that's your profile picture. They like, nah, I want to see what you look like. You know what I mean? And so even though to some it may be taboo, I feel like, hey, you got to put something out there to show, hey, listen, this is if I were to wear my hair like this, I look like this. That time when I had put some braids in, this what I look like. Whatever the case is, because again, you have to adjust to the time.
So I'm just saying, so for a woman, I hate to say it, men can be stubborn. Men can have a picture on there that he was sitting in the car back in 2015 and they ain't gonna move. Mm-hmm. He had one picture, don't mean nothing, and it's understandable. But I'm telling you, ladies, it's changed.
Is that the double standard too, though?
Oh yeah, it's double standard. No different. On social media, it's definitely double standard. A man ain't never getting looked at for how many pictures he got and how cute he because a man can like a booger wolf, but it don't matter. Does he treat you good when you see him? What about his money? What about his ends? But I'm telling you, for a woman now on social media, it's a given. Yeah. Matter of fact, all the top relationship sites, when it's talking about Master.com, they make you create a profile. Because they don't care about how cute you sound. Back in the day when I was coming up, boy, she sound kind of fine on the phone, though. You know what I mean?
Like smoking on Friday.
Yeah. But at the same time, that's over. So I'm just saying, I hate the double standard, but you're true. I just want to just say, yes, I hate it, but, should you change the relationship? Absolutely. That's the craziest thing I hear people sound like, man, perhaps he's trying to change me.
But that's the thing. Nowadays, if you change it for somebody too soon, if you make a move too soon, it's like, what you doing? You slow down. And my thing is this. First, I asked myself, well, if yes, the answer to the question of should you change is yes, then how long? How soon? Because I'm gonna ask you this: how long should a man wait before he make changes for a woman? Because if a man make a change too soon, if you see Clarence just jump off the porch and then next thing you know, I'm like, man, I don't know, I'm ring shopping right now. I'm looking, you like ring shopping?
Yeah. I think there's a certain level of obviously consensual commitment, meaning they both have consented to say we're gonna commit like this. I think change is okay, but the only problem is usually it never happens at the same time. One person loving or committing sooner than the other person. But I think that's the key. Once that commitment is established and it looks like, hey, we're going to now commit to exploring the future together, then changes are cool. Right. I've seen it happen the other way is what I hate. People say, oh, man, Pastor, you know what I mean? I'm just not happy no more. So she don't make me happy no more. And he don't make me, happy, and she don't make me happy no more. And I'm saying, hey, you got married. You got committed because you want to make somebody happy. Now,
that ain't always true though.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, well that ain't true.
Yeah, I get married. I'm in love because man, I really want to spend my life with you. I want to spend my life trying to make you smile. And I hear women say, "Oh my God, he just always makes me smile. He just loves me." Yeah, man, somebody, man, she understand. Man, she love, so she always ride with me. And so You say I married this person because I can't live without them. I'm asking her to marry me because of this. Or the woman says, yes, I accept because I don't want to be with nobody but you. I just want to love you. Let me cater to you. And then all of a sudden, is he not doing this for me?
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I was at the altar, I wasn't thinking it's because I want to work the rest of my life to see you smile. I love my wife. But I mean, to be honest, in my mind, and you know what I mean, she might, come check the replay and be like, oh, really? Really? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? But what I was really trying to say, now let me break it down, baby girl. I'm saying to myself, well, hey, we both make each other happy. I would like this for the rest of my life, but I'm not thinking of myself like,
that's one-sided.
I just every time I do something that makes you smile, that gives me joy. So when I did this and you know what I mean, I gave you that. Nah, I'm just like, listen, this working. And we both seem to be having a better quality of life due to each other being each other's life.
Yeah.
So, but here's my thing though. That like what you mentioned, I think is all about timing. Right. And just to, like I say, make it quick, short. And the timing thing is really what I see.
That's
is
tough.
The issue.
That's the issue. Because how long do I wait till I change?
Right.
If I change too soon? How long it is before I give him a key? How long it is before I start saying I answer his phone calls? I put a demand on him? Or how long does a man do it when you're like, I'm supposed to hear from you? How long? I mean, you done got up this morning, went about your day, you ain't called me yet? Like, you got to change that. You're in a relationship now. How long it take for you to start saying, hey, listen, he or not, I'm blocking DMs or whatever. I don't like. You're right. That's always a tough question. And the real problem is the reason why people should watch this show is because nobody talks about how long it takes to change. And what happens is you get relationships and people break up. Why? Because I thought you was gonna change by now. Mm-hmm. Or I thought this was gonna be this by now.
Right.
And nobody talk about it. Nobody talk about it.
Man, that's so good. Because, I mean, that's the whole thing. Nobody want to change if the other person ain't making those adjustments, too.
It's that whole, you say I love you, then I say I love you, too.
Right.
You do this, I do it back.
Sometimes you be like, I love you. You be like,
or be like, I ain't nobody tell you to do that.
Why you said that?
Yeah. Or you mess around and made a move. I hate to say it, but you done made a move sexually. Mm-hmm. He was like, hey, I gotta do the two. What I gonna do?
Right. Well, I mean, if I'd have turned you down, you'd have been mad at this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why you just ain't good
I can't tell you how many times I heard people say, man, I never told you that we was in a relationship. I never said that I was gonna commit. I never said that I was gonna not go back my baby. Like, and it's like, but we did this. But we never discussed that I was supposed to change. I didn't know you wanted me to change.
Right. Now, he go to beef with me now, because, I mean, we as men, we get labeled so bad when it comes to this. But at the same time, when I went to the comments of the post, and I remember the post was talking about if a man refuses to change, he weak, he abusive, not a man, he toxic. If a woman decide not to change for a man, she's
a strong woman,
right? But to me, when I'm looking at the comment, like most of the dudes, like, hey, it is what it is. I am who I am. So and I was expecting to hear more of that from women, but it seemed like nowadays.
Man,
we more like, man, I'm good, cause I mean, whatever it is.
Cause now the man got too many options.
Yeah.
He just listen. A man ain't got to stress. There was a time when I first time in a relationship got bothered, got hurt. Guess what I started doing, man? Stress, man, sitting around the house watching TV. Man, a man can pick up his phone and get his joy back, man.
Yeah.
Like this, man. Man can be like, man, I'm just tripping, man. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, in 5 minutes he be like. Okay, sure ain't seen in a minute. Let me, I'm trying to get his joy back.
Right,
man.
that's a fact.
Man, men ain't stressing, laying around, losing weight no more.
But do you think that's more of the problem? Because here's the thing: you got women that saying that, hey, listen, because I mean, every day, Pastor Dozier, you probably more than me have people that will cross your phone lines. Hey, this is what I'm going through, right? But for the most part, it's like, if I can just get a little bit, I'm changing for this little bit. That'd be some of the beef. When we talk about past episodes, where it's like you say, that change happens so quick, because it'd be like, man, if I could just get a little, it's like a sample at the mall. If I can just get
true story.
But
young lady in our ministry, she's kind of involved in our ministry. She sings and stuff, and she says, "Am I a slut, Pastor, if I turn to the side a little bit on my pictures?" Because, what she's really saying is this: if I turn to the side, I want to get a little more play.
Right, a little bit more attention, more response.
If I let them, I mean, and so, of course, I'm saying, no. What did I say now? Watch this now. I know you're doing this with the intent to what? Show your body, So a man gonna move off your booty, not your intellect, not your spirit, and you okay with this.
But I mean, like,
Here's my point. My point is, hey, she's saying, I'll get some play if I change.
Right.
And I'm like, I ain't no woman, but I am a guy. Mm-hmm. And so you look plain Jane, or you look like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
I will be lying to you.
Right. I mean, you just keep it 1,000.
This is my point. So I'm saying, she ain't even in a relationship, and she feeling like she gotta change to get a bite.
But I mean, yeah.
Now, somebody else will tell her, don't do that. You stand right there high, and you hold your cross up higher. Right? You let him, no, you share this post and tell him, go to the service and hear pastor preaching. And she's saying, man, listen, I don't mind doing all that, sharing my ministry. I'm just saying, I might need a little picture to the side.
I need to just, share her ministry.
and she's asking really like, hey, am I slept? Because she's bombarded with what people say too. Hey, does this mean I'm settling? Mm-hmm. I'm not a strong woman anymore?
Man, it's so cold. But
crazy.
But like I said, when we talk about topics, we don't
really. Put it on the Val Tamika. Y'all got pictures to the side? I just want to know. Y'all got side pictures? I just want to know now.
Little, they talk about the angles. So it's like, well, you can still 80% of the pictures my face.
Yeah, and then
then just so happen to catch a little back end.
I hope y'all ain't got no look back at us.
Man, I ain't trying to put nobody on the glass, but sometimes I be like, okay, sister. And then it'd be like, okay, but I understand, because like you say, nowadays
you gotta change, man.
You gotta do something, man. And then the thing is, my beef though at the end of it is like, it's like y'all ain't gonna never hear the discussions like this talked about like how we talk about it. But at the same time, when I'm saying to myself, the goal is to actually find somebody, make it work, move on to progressing stage of the relationship, marriage, and everything and beyond, and knowing that because we got so many options as a man, it's like what I'm supposed to tell? Because again, most of the people who gonna invest in relationship development and investing in themselves is women. Yeah. Right. So when it comes to that stuff,
but what you're saying makes so much sense. Here's the question: what makes a person worthy of that? What makes a person
you took that right
valuable enough to say, I should change for them?
You took that right there. Number 3, what makes a person worthy of making changes in life decisions?
That's what I'm saying, because it comes down to saying, I don't mind doing this if I got some future in it.
Right.
But to me, in the situation I'm talking about late in our ministry, she doing it just for some bite. And to me, you start showing that picture like this, you start tooting, he don't care nothing about Jesus now. I want exactly what you showed me.
He might care about Jesus,
he
and
might.
the other two might have called it a little age, because here go the thing. Like you said, it's and then here go the thing in ministry, bro. It's such a thin line.
It's so delicate
because everybody feel like, well, you doing too much,
right?
And
or what you said, the whole how could you? And you not a man doing it. He need to step up, be the provider, be the priest of the house, be the right. But a woman's like, come on, don't settle, don't. And all along, the man said, man,
all along, it be some, because I was watching this topic the other day. They were saying, hey, man, if a single man, a handsome guy, single in church, it's like, man, he look, it's like a kid in a candy store. He get to choose. Like, I want the big teddy bear. Now turn around. I don't want that one. Because when you have this thin line and everybody trying to be a certain type of way, fit the mold, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I'm Pastor, what you want me to do? I'm single, and you married. Everybody married. This person married that. So I listen. It's a thin line between righteousness and righteousness.
Right. Because the value still matter. Is this person valuable enough for me to do it? Is this person worthy enough for me to make those changes? Because if the person ain't, then you got to make that clear that, hey, man, you don't want to start doing this. Like I had a young lady. They was engaged to get married, and they was like, pass some time on the desk, is it okay with me? You know what I'm saying? We send each other little pictures. I don't want to feel like no hoe, no slut. And I was like, well, you're going to marry this person. Because this picture go out into picture land. Mm-hmm. And, some men be like, I'm going to show you some little thing.
Yeah. And if it don't work out.
Yeah, so I'm saying because of that, you got to make sure this person worthy before you start taking pictures.
And that be the same thing on both sides. This is why, I asked.
No pictures out here for y'all. Some of y'all now. I seen Tamika say, "Nah, I'm good." I ain't hear nothing from Val about that picture.
Man, listen, you know it's a cold game out here. But like I said, the beef is trying to figure out the timing. Because again, is this person worthy enough? Have you given enough time to really assess who they truly are? At the same time, for your own benefit, is it you giving yourself enough time? Sometimes I think we just like, hey, like you said, it's like a sample at the mall. Once I get a little taste, that right there is enough for me to keep going. As long as I just keep this, I'm good. Right. And so I think if you won't take nothing from this episode of Male Translation, when we talk about should you change for a relationship, the questions should be asking yourself, how long should I wait? Is this person worthy enough? Is this person worthy me to do it? And that's different for everybody. Did I give myself enough time to really know that, hey, I'm comfortable acting this
way? Or am I out here chasing?
For sure. Because that's
you can chase it, and a man to take them pictures, he'll take whatever you're doing, and you still lose. Now that's the tough part. I changed. I did this. I did do this. I bit my tongue. I didn't do this, and I didn't say nothing. I changed, and I still lost. And that's what I get the most of. I get people that says, "This guy cheated, and I did do this, and I did get obsessed, and I did, and you know,
like I'm doing it right now. The options, cuz. And again, you know, what Chris Rock said, a man only faithful as his options. Now, I want to say, man, that's not completely true.
But it's so true, man. That's
so
true.
How do you can't take all the options off the table? How do you what's the solution to the fact that you want a person to change? I even talked about the topic of ready made versus ready to mold.
Yeah. I think the only way you get around it, you have to ask yourself this question. Don't ask somebody to do something that you ain't willing to do first. Like don't ask somebody to be willing to change this in their life, and you ain't willing to do the same thing.
Right.
Don't even bring up change if you're not willing to have the same level of change. And I know that sounds a little double standard, but I hate that when a woman can say, "Well, I want a man to be this, and this, and he need to change like this for me." Don't ask somebody else to be willing to change if you're not willing to do the same things with him. If he say, "Hey, I think you ought to be willing to do this, respect me, because those things may be just as valuable. And if he thinks you're worthy enough to change, then you should be in return worthy enough to change with him." But that's
I agree 100%. We're gonna lock that up right there, just because, like I said, most of the time when I hear certain stuff, the main question I'm asking myself is it gonna be the same way when it comes your direction?
It's gonna be the same way when it comes your way.
Be like, man, make sure you ask them this. Hey, do you got a job? How long have you worked at your job? How much money you make at your job? Okay, do you got this? Let me see what you look like. Man, I be like, cuz.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, it's like people want to be in the driver's seat, but yeah, you got to make sure that you know, you willing to receive just as much as you giving on all the court.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap that up right there, man. We started a little bit late. We'll be able to give y'all a little bit more, but appreciate y'all locking in on what I want y'all to do. If you're on Facebook, make sure you share this post. Should you change for a relationship? This is one of the things, like I said,
this is a good question.
Especially when you get older, you get more set in your way, and you like change. And this is where the beef happened, where it's like I'm talking to certain people, and it's like, man, I want this, I want that, but I'm not willing to change for it.
Yeah. And then you fight the whole this new fashion versus old fashion. I'm an old fashioned girl. I do this. Old fashioned don't mean that you still can have old fashioned values. Core. Me as a pastor, I think I'm still old fashioned. I still stuck. I do a lot of old stuff that I heard old pastors do. But I knew, even today, even what I'm doing now, that's all I tell y'all this all the time. Without Clarence, I wouldn't be online. It wouldn't be no place TV. But it was like you can be all of that when somebody committed, but you ain't got no bite.
Right.
They ain't even looking at you.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta get on this internet. I gotta get and run this camera, because nobody cares how great you is when I don't know. Mm-hmm. If you think I'm just finna just pop up, people ain't doing no more. They checking you out. And I never forget, Clarence told me this. A lot of people say, "Hey, listen, man, how you a good preacher? Are you a good woman and you ain't got no pictures?"
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, so should you change a relationship? I'm gonna say you should change for the opportunity of a relationship. Because you may not get the opportunity.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of layers to it. And do you value a relationship enough to start posting? I'm not telling ladies to go around and start posting pictures. I see Jeff right now said, "Man, I can promise you, Deacon that's short, do not take no side pictures." You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, but a lot of that, man, you know, so you change relationship. I know people in relationships, that in relationships say, we should take more pictures. And I said, come on back, thought about our love. But now he's got to change, or they got to change for the world.
Facts.
So it's all kind of issues. Like, I'm just saying that I'm learning. We talked about it before the show started. You'll never know what some of those changes could bring in your future. On the flip side, you'll never know some of those lacks of changes, what doors could be closed because you never made those changes.
That's a fact. So what we gonna do, man? I'm gonna come back Thursday night, man. Thursday, Sunday, you know, I'm gonna be bringing on a couple more lives, man. Continue to support, continue to show your love. Hit that share button, spread the message. It costs you nothing to click. If you don't do nothing, just
Man, I gotta use that right there.
You know, it don't cost nothing to click. That be the thing right there. Come on now.
Nothing.
If you can't donate no money, if you can't super chat, if you can't cash app, if you can't, you know, support financially, then bruh, just go ahead and hit that click, hit that share button, hit that like button. All right. So we're gonna see y'all again, man. It's the Male Translations Podcast where we break down the difference of what men say and women hear. Give men a voice, give women insight on relationships, the men's voice when it comes to relationships. We're going to see y'all next Tuesday night for the podcast. Next Thursday night, man, I'm going to chop up this topic a little bit more personally just to be able to kind of dig and dive more in detail on why you should. Yes, you should change for a relationship. And to make it work, you're going to have to do that. So we're going to be on up out of here, man. Appreciate everybody. Jeff, Tamika, Val, everybody that's out there, man, every week showing love. We out. We'll see y'all again.
Holla.
Peace.